Okay, we are in the midst of football season. Lots of people watching television this time of year. Dr. Tiffany Ahlberg is back on the show with Ahlberg Audiology, and she's going to help you if you have been dealing with the volume control wars at your house. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
This is one of those things that once you begin talking about it, it's like, oh, that makes so much sense. So I'll let you tell the tale.
So I was telling Julie that I have a friend who is teeny tiny, and she was bragging about carrying her 60-inch TV out of Walmart with one hand. And it made me think about all of my patients who report not being able to hear TV. And the main complaint, people will fix their hearing, but they'll come in and say, I still can't hear TV. It may be accents nowadays, but it's also, our TVs are so light. I mean, back when we were kids, our TVs were 150 pounds, and they were like a piece of furniture that you couldn't move.
Quite literally.
And now you literally can carry it out with one hand. And so I think the speakers are very small nowadays, but my uncle has trouble hearing the TV, so I took a little accessory over to his house last week, and I was going to put that on his TV so that he would be able to hear better. And I was looking for the speakers, and they literally are on the back of the TV and shooting the sound out to the wall.
Which became my aha moment, because we had a built-in bookcase done at our house a few years back, and I have noticed that so the TV is now mounted on that. And if you're in the hall bathroom behind that, the walls like quite literally shake depending on how loud the TV is.
Yes.
So this is misery for me, especially during football season, because part of the fun of watching football is the loud roar of the crowd. But you really can't hear it well in the room you're in.
Yeah, and people talk about the music overpowering the speech on TV, which my daughter did find. I was just telling Julie as well that my 16-year-old daughter, who I've tested has normal hearing, has to have closed captioning on. And now I've always needed closed captioning, but the fact that my 16-year-old daughter needs it is like another like aha moment too as well. Like, why does a 16-year-old depend on reading to be able to understand? But the whole speaker situation makes sense. But yeah, it's the clarity of the television signal is just very poor.
So this is true then for people who have hearing loss and those who don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, then we were talking too, you and I, about the commercials and how loud the commercials can be. So do y'all ever have this happen where you're watching a show and you've got the volume set and then the commercial hits and it just blares you out? They're just not regulated, I guess, in the same way. The commercials and that.
I guess not, and that has been, I feel like that's been a recent thing as well, but they did, what I was going to say is my 16-year-old daughter did find in the settings of the TV a speech clarity setting.
Really?
And we turned that on the other day, and it did turn the music down and the speech up. So I don't know if every TV has that, but that was something that we did find. But I
so hire a teenager and get into the settings of your television.
But I do have a lot of patients who report that they have sound bars, external speakers that they're using to transmit the television in a different place than the back of the wall of the television.
That is really smart.
But they also make accessories. So if you are someone who wears hearing aids, they make accessories that you can connect to the TV. Some hearing aids even connect to like a Roku device without an accessory, but most of the hearing aids do require an accessory. And it takes the signal straight to the hearing aid. Everybody else can still hear the TV normally, so it's not taking away the sound, but it does give them that extra clarity.
Well, and the truth is, if you are somebody who struggles with hearing loss, you might be thinking it's just me.
Yeah.
And it's probably not just you. I mean, this is an issue with the way things are built, not necessarily with the way you hear.
And all the accents on TVs nowadays, I mean, are on television shows. So, I mean, you have your British accents and you have all of these different dialects, and it just makes it hard to comprehend sometimes, especially when the signal's not great anyway.
And the background noise, I mean, things have that background noise, it's just overpowering. The mix is not right, almost.
Yes.
So with your television, do you know like, do y'all have cable or do you use streaming?
Yes, we have
or-
cable
Okay.
and streaming. Yes.
So she just went into the settings of your television and found it.
I have no idea where. I should take note
Right?
of where that was.
You
But
could make a YouTube video about how to do that. Okay, we are though also in football season, I mentioned. A lot of concerts this time of year, all that kind of thing. I know you tell your 16-year-old daughter and your college-age son to protect their hearing when they go out. It
Yes.
really is important. You
It
don't
is
get to
so
repair it.
important. You do not get to go back in time. It is so important to protect your hearing now. Just every time you're around noise, it needs to be protected.
Okay, well, here is where you can find her. She has 2 offices now to help you. The Cleveland office and then also one in Athens, Tennessee. Their phone numbers are different, but the website is the same, which is ahlbergaudiology.com. Cleveland is 641-0956, Athens 212-9110. If you've never had a baseline hearing test, is it 50 is your magic age to get that?
That's when we recommend that everyone have a hearing test.
Okay, then you can know whether you're good or not, and if you ever do have a problem, she'll know how to compare it to what it originally was. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie.